How you doing today? This is Ben Alden with Platinum Protective Coatings, and today I'm going to show you the process and how to spray a bullet liner Magnum top coat, which is our UV stable top coat that we apply over our standard bullet liner. And as you can see, this truck right here is completely sprayed and ready to go, so it's ready for the top coat process. And I'm going to show you how that's done here in a second. Okay, so before we start mixing everything up, I want you to make sure that you have everything ready to go. You're suited up. You got your gloves on, you have your respirator, your headstock, and you want to make sure that the resin is thoroughly mixed. So you can buy these mixers from your local auto body supply store, and what I do is just put a little drill on it and I'll just give it a quick mix. I've already pre-mixed this for about 5 minutes or so, but you want to run it on low and just let it slowly mix up like that. And again, you want to make sure that everything is ready to go before you start mixing everything. Okay, so now we're going to go through the process of mixing everything up. What we have here is we have a B side and an A side. This is going to be your pigment, black, and that's the hardener. This product reacts really quick. So again, make sure you're ready and suited up, ready to go before you start mixing everything. So what you're going to use is you're going to use a 3M disposable gun. And then you're going to use the 1.8 spray tip, which would be in this box here. And then you have your attachment, which is going to be here. You can put the tip on it, spin it sideways, it locks it in place. Remember, this product is fairly thick, so you're going to want to remove your filter from the inside of this housing. Casing. So what we're going to do is get everything ready to go. Set this aside. And now our truck's a smaller truck, so I'm only going to mix up 14 ounces. It's a short box, 5.5 foot bed Dodge. So I'm just going to mix up 14 ounces. So what I'm going to do is 400 milliliters basically is 14 ounces. So I'm going to put my black in first. Here's the black, thoroughly mixed up, ready to go. Now I do have a little bit of acetone that I'm going to dump in after, and I'll show you that. And that's just going to help slow the material down. This material reacts really fast, so instead of the material working you want to work the material. So I encourage you to dump a little bit of acetone in. We'll thin it out. It'll put a little bit of VOCs into the product, and that way it'll spray much better as well. So now we're going to go ahead and dump in our A side of the Magnum. And I use just some basically aluminum tape to cover up the holes when I'm not using it. We're going to go ahead and dump this in. Remember, it's 1 to 1. So we're doing 200 milliliters of resin, and now we're going to do 200 milliliters of hardener. Okay? And we're pretty much ready to go. We're going to go ahead and mix that up. I'm going to dump a little bit of acetone in there to thin it out, like I just talked about. My airline's in place. My cup's pretty much ready to go. Just a little more in there, good enough. You only have about 10-15 minutes to spray this. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 3 coats on everything. So 3 coats on the tailgate, 3 coats on the sides, and 3 coats on the floor. And you'll see me in the booth. Okay, so we completed our Magnum top coat, and now we want to clean up and take care of everything that we've used for the process. So the B side is already done for you. The A side that we punctured holes through the top of the lid there, we're just going to use our aluminum tape. Just going to cover them up, and that'll be kind of stored away just fine. Make sure you obviously press down where the hole is so it gets sealed up and no air gets in there and will crystallize or harden the grade. I use brake clean for everything. So these tips are fairly expensive. You can reuse them 3 or 4 times as long as you thoroughly clean them out. The one that I used to spray this truck was a reusable tip, so we just use brake clean to clean it out. As far as your spray gun goes, we just disassembled it. I pulled the needle out. There's a spring, a set screw, and basically cleaned it all out with brake clean. So I'm going to tell you where I set my gun at, and then you can move from there, whatever is easier for you. So you can adjust your gun from there. So I'm going to install the pin, the needle, then I'm going to install the spring. And then what I do here is I basically use this notch to line up with that notch right there on the spray gun. So I'm just going to go ahead and line those two up just like that. And I'm going to rotate it in 8 complete turns. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's pretty much where I keep mine at. Sometimes I'll open it up maybe a quarter of a turn or a half a turn at most. And then the air is pretty much just about all the way wide open. Just about wide open there. So I got maybe a quarter of a turn and that'll be it. So our project is completed. This is our Magnum top coat. It'll stay pretty much glossy like this for the life of the bed for the most part. If you have any further questions, you can contact me directly at Platinum Protective Coatings here in upstate New York. Reach us at our email address at platinumprotectivecoatings@gmail.com or contact the shop or my cell phone. That'll be it.